Boo. Hi. Hello. Hi. Boo. I never know what to say. And it's just like, I end up just, doing that. Anyway. Well, I don't know what I'm laughing at. I don't know what I'm laughing at. It's fine. Who cares? It's fine. It's all good. You know what? Who cares? Hi. How's it going? How's life? How's your existence? I've got stuff to talk about. I've got stuff to talk about. I guess I can categorize this in parts, as in context, random suggestions, weird stuff that I've been doing, just in general life stuff. And I'm thinking if there's a fourth category here, but I think it all lands. Everything that I have to say lands in one of those three categories: either context, suggestion, or random slice of life. That I think every topic of conversation that I have today falls between those three categories. I'm moving in the Halloween holidays, not on of it, but it's okay. I'm here for the story time. The story time. There's a couple of story times. So first, my 7-day my week-long disappearance. It's been weird, okay? There's I'm gonna say 3 reasons, and I might be totally wrong about that, and I might start explaining, and then I'm suddenly gonna be like, actually, but I think it's 3. Is it 3? We'll see. The first one is just random family spontaneous time. My summers aren't usually as eventful or have as much of let's sit down and do this and then the year that I actually have something that I want to do in the afternoon is the year that I just get a lot of stuff in the afternoon in summer, which I'm not complaining about. I also enjoy my fun family and outside touching grass stuff, just the general stuff. Whoops, my phone is vibrating really, really loud because of where I put it. There we go. So that's the first one. Sometimes I just was busy. Number 2, there was a couple of days where I was kinda sick. Not super sick, but somewhat sick. And it was just not it. It's not that I was sick, I was just feeling well, it's kind of sick. I guess it depends. It categorizes and that's it categorizes as. So it's fine. So that was that. I was just feeling of death and didn't want to get up. And then the third one is the most selfish of the reasons. The other 2 are valid, fair reasons, I was busy doing something else with someone, or outside, or I was sick. And then reason number 3 is I was doing something else, got distracted, didn't look at the time, and oh shit! Which in my random slice of life bit I could talk about, because actually some of them are cool, and I might tweet about it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know what I'm talking. I always get and start laughing about stuff, and I'm not sure what I'm laughing about. But it's fine. Also, hi, Brett. Hi, Queen. I didn't say hi because I was in the middle of a sentence, and if I pause midway through a quote-unquote story or something that I'm explaining, I'm going to totally forget where I was. So I have to finish my thought, and then I can move on to another thought. You know what I mean? So, I don't know if I want to do random slice of life stuff first, or a couple of those, or if I want to straight away go into the suggestion stuff. I don't know. I should have planned this better, I have all the conversation topics in my head, right? And I didn't think about how I was gonna do this. And so now I'm just talking into the wind. And I think that's fine. And that's fine. By the way, next week Reaper's gonna be back. Hey! I'm glad to hear that. Is just playing favorites again. I'm not playing favorites. I deny all accusations. Also, my chat's turned off. Whoopsie. Oh, look at that wall that just showed up when I did that. I keep doing stuff, I do this. Unfortunately, I'm gonna banish next week. Oh no! We'll miss you, but we'll be here with open arms once you get back. Who is Ace? I don't know who I'm putting. I don't know who I'm playing favorites with. What did I do? What did I do? I don't know what I did. It's fine. Listen, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, I have a couple. Okay, so before I get into either slice of life, I said hi, Brett. Hi, Queen. What do you mean? What do you mean? I was very dramatic about that, and I'm not sure why I was so dramatic about it. Anyway, I got really dramatic. I got like really defensive about that. Okay, so another thing. Anyway, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good today. I'm having a good day. It was a weird day. I was like kind of down for a bit in the morning, but I'm like good now. I get randomly down where I randomly think about something that upsets me, and I just get like upset for a bit, and then I just need to, and then something happens and lifts my mood again. I don't know what is. Okay, some days are weird, man. Some days are weird. Anyway, I also have my own kind of sad-ish news, I guess, but I'm trying to find a compromise for it. Something that will allow me to keep interacting while this happens. So, on the 19th of August, I'm going to banish again, sadly. I know an exact date for this because this is not spontaneous. This is a set date. I'm doing holiday. I'm doing a road trip on the 19th. So I'm going on a road trip with family members on the 19th, which means I will banish again. However, I'm thinking of stuff to do because I don't want to completely banish, and I probably will still tweet, and I'll be on the Discord server more. Because I feel like I should generally talk more on the Discord server. I feel like I pop in every now and then, okay? And then a lot of the time I just don't. And I want to generally chat more. So basically, I'm going to banish on the 19th. From the 19th to the what day? I'm checking my calendar. That's why I sound lost. To the 30th. So basically to the end of the month, kinda. So August is gonna be weird. So all these days, what my plan to do is now until then to be mostly consistent. Theoretically, that should be possible. I should not have anything going on, but I've said that plenty of times, and some stuff just shows up. It's been eventful. Anyway. But I'm just letting you know now because I know that for sure. However, I do want to just post stuff on Twitter and be on the Discord often. And then something else that'll be part of my suggestions from later on. We'll get there. Hi, Lou. So yes, 19th, I banish into the air once more for road trip reasons. It's gonna be fun. And on the bright side, I will probably have a lot of stories from it that I'll get to do another random me chatting into the winds. So, now I don't know, again, now I'm back on my main dilemma of do I go into a random slice of life story or do I do one of my suggestions straight away? And I should, again, really should have sorted this out better in my head before I was like, yeah, let's just start talking. And I feel like I'm all over the place. I have no conversation structure. And I have no idea what I'm saying. Send help. Anyway, I'm gonna go into a random slice of life. And then I'll pop in some random suggestions that are more stream related as we go on to keep this engaging, to keep this interesting, to keep you on your toes so you don't know what's gonna happen next. What am I talking about? Anyway, I had to go home from camp at day 3 out of 4, cause me got that Miss Rona a few weeks ago. What day was it? I can't remember what day it was, but I got the 3rd shot for it. And my arm hurt a lot. A lot the day afterwards. It sucked. It was not great. Luckily, I did not, feel sick or anything of the sort, but, my goodness, my arm was heavy. No funsies. Anyway, I hope you get through your Miss Rona well, and I hope you don't have many symptoms. And if you do, I hope you get better soon. Imagine some ancient ghost just watching Ace rant to a weird black stick in front of a light-giving black slab. Yes. I hope there's no ghosts haunting the place I live in, because that must suck. I would not, if I were a ghost, I would not want to be a ghost haunting anywhere near around my proximity, because I talk to myself a lot. And that ghost would not have one moment of peace. But that just goes to anyone who lives with me in general. If you're spending a significant amount of time with me, no peace. I'm either rambling to you, or if we're in separate rooms, I am talking to myself and you can probably hear me. Cheese. So that, if there is a ghost here, I apologize. I sincerely apologize. I hope you don't hate me, ghost. Anyway, maybe the ghost feels like you're talking to them and they finally feel accepted and acknowledged again. That's really sweet. And that feels like a book plot. That's really sweet. That's genuinely so nice. That's genuinely so nice. That's such a nice thought. Ah! I moved my chair and I banged it against the desk. Whoopsie. Hydrate. I literally just hydrated, but I will hydrate again for the merits of hydrating. Do you like the hydrate emote? I needed to do a hydrate one. Ace, yes, Brad. Tell me all about it. Ace, yes, tell me all about it. I am listening. I am all ears. My ears are wide open, ready for the information to take in, to sit, to process it, and to come up with a great answer. When's the next community night? That's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Thank you. We're bringing right back into topic. So, I'm gonna do a poll on the Discord about this, because I really want to do a community night. It's been a very, 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 very long time, and I want to do a community night because they're a lot of fun, and I want to do a community night with BC. So, what will we be doing? I don't know, but we could go back to Gartic Phone. It is a classic, and I've also, as a random other suggestion, remember a long time ago when we thought that, well, not when we, yes, we collectively as a group thought that the suggestion of a karaoke, I don't even know how to speak, a karaoke stream would be fun. I'm thinking of bringing back that idea at some point and saying, like, who cares, I just won't save the VOD, and then everyone who was here gets here, and maybe I'll upload it on the YouTube. Who knows? Or private it and share the link to the people who were there, or share the link on the Discord. Who knows? We'll figure something out. And if not, I want to do Gartic Phone again. So those are two separate ideas. Or maybe, who knows? So I'm my idea for community night is either Sunday this week or Friday or Saturday next week. So that would be either the 6th or 7th of like this week, or 12th, 13th, or 14th. So basically, yes. So it's gonna be, I like doing them on like Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays, because I feel like those are good thematic days for a community night, I guess, and I feel like it's some of the days that most people could be able to. I know it's summer, but still. And like, I try to be mindful. Ayo! Thank you for following. I was not expecting that, thank you. I need to get a max so I can join calls properly. Yes. We can draw weird stuff again? Yes. I like drawing the weird stuff. Plus I really like Gartic Phone. I really want to do Gartic Phone. Gartic Phone is so much fun. Gartic Phone with you guys is a lot of fun. It's chaos, but it's a lot of fun. So I'm gonna do a little little thing on the Discord with the emo reaction things. And yes, so you can pick a date, basically. Cause yes, I want to do a community night. It's been way too long. It's been way too long, my friends. It's been way too long. And I want to do it again. Because it's too much fun. It is way too much fun. I'm drinking so much water. This water bottle's not gonna last if I keep doing this. Hello, did you forget about me? Hi, I'm back. Also in for Gartic Phone. I did not forget about you. Hi, and yes! And yes! Get me, I want the hype to build up for that for Gartic Phone return community night thing, cause it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. The lo-fi, the lo-fi. My hair is way too long. Ace, just a little reminder, Kay is your lore grandchild. Yes. True. Yes, and I think Brett's lore sibling. Okay. I need to talk about this. I commented about it on the Discord a while ago. It's been a long while since then. I'm pretty sure. But the tree. When? It got, like, listen, listen, the tree, the family tree on the Discord was already mind-bending, okay? It was already hard to keep up with, but I somewhat knew about it, kinda, and then I saw, like, an updated version of the tree, like a more recent version of the tree, and I don't even know where to begin. I feel like I've missed, I feel like I've read a book, and I've skipped like 5 chapters. Or I feel, book series, like book 1, book 2, book 3. It felt like I picked up a book series and started on like the 3rd book. And started on like the 3rd book. Like, I don't know what happened. Or like I read book 1, skipped book 2, and started book 3. That's what it feels like. It felt like I was on the page, then lost page, and then back on page. Listen, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. But also, when I write headcanons in my head, or in my notes app, or on Google Docs most likely, I consider very few parts of the tree. I'm very biased towards some parts of the tree. Because I enjoy writing them too much. Okay? I'm very biased to certain parts of the tree when I headcanon shit in my head. Okay? I won't get into any form of detail, but like, when I headcanon Discord lore in my head, I'm very biased towards certain parts of it. How cursed can we make the tree? It's already very cursed. And we don't even have, like, the gold version of the bot, which is... See how cursed it is. Imagine how cursed it would be if we had the gold version of the bot. I don't even want to know. Good thing. That's the one thing I'll appreciate not paying for. Why would you ask this? Why would you ask? Why must you? Why must you? Why? Why? Well, I mean, sure. You know what? Holy shit, who cares? Listen, do whatever your heart desires. You write the plot line that your little heart desires. Oh my goodness. The tree is... I don't even know. Getting the marriage bot was the best decision ever. It was the best decision ever. I'ma do it right now. Hold on, I need to check the tree. I'm going to the spam channel. I'm checking the tree. I need this information now. Oh, it's /tree now. Whoopsie. /tree. There we go. Oh my god, what the hell is this? Alright. I wish I even knew what to expect. I wish I had words for it. I wish I had words for it. It's incredible. It's like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, how do I yeah, sure. You know what? Yeah, anyway, let's just not, I'm not even gonna touch that with a temple talk. Again, when I write the headcanons for this stuff, I'm very biased towards certain parts of the tree. So, what is quote-unquote canon in my head is not 100% accurate to the Discord tree, because at this point I feel like it would be impossible for me to be 100% accurate with the Discord tree. I don't know if you could tell by looking at the Discord tree that it might be a little bit impossible to connect everything to the Discord tree. So, yes, so when I write headcanons for stuff in my head, for myself, for my own personal enjoyment, because I think it's fun, yes, I focus on the parts that I want to focus on, and then just ramble. Hey, thank you for subscribing, resubscribing. It's very much appreciated. Thank you so much. So like, yeah. And no, my Discord marriage with Copeholden is not quote-unquote canon in my headcanons about the Discord lore. That's not, yeah, no. I have no idea how I would write that in, and I don't wanna. That was for the lulz. Getting broke, feeling good. Yeah. Me every time. Can I, I'm developing a shopping addiction. I feel like a stereotypical movie character when they go shopping and come out with a bunch of bags. That's me the last few times I've gone out and be like, I'm gonna buy one thing that I need. That never happens. I have way too many tops now. Not that I'm complaining. I love all of them. But, like, remember how I used to complain about being bad at styling summer outfits? Yeah, that's no longer an issue. That's no longer an issue. But, like... You have great grandchildren. Yes, in the Discord tree, yes. The tree is canon to Apple lore except the parts that are from Night 1. Everything from Night 1 is from another server. Also, Night 1 is inactive on the Discord. Okay. The chaos in my mind. How did this get so far? I mean, I'm not complaining. It's very funny to look at the image of the Discord tree now. But, like, damn. But, like, damn. Anyway. Back to random shirts. Right now, I'm gonna talk about the one I'm wearing right now. I have a one-shoulder shirt that has a gap near, like, the bottom. So it has, like, a slit at the bottom, and it's one-shouldered. It's awesome. I saw this, I tried it on, and was like, I need it. The official tree doesn't go more away after Ace's children and Queen's family part that isn't connected to our blood tree right now. Okay. I went shopping a little while back and came back with less body confidence and nothing else. I'm very upset to hear about that. I hope things get better and you can feel more comfortable and be able to enjoy going shopping. I hit my... Ow! I did not see where I was waving my arms while I was explaining that. And I hit my elbow against the desk. That really fucking hurt. Ow. 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 Anyway. Good job, Ace. You're so talented. Thank you. I guess. Why am I like this? I'm for the part that you want to dump Night. I mean, I could do that. You're right, because that would get... My goodness, tree stuff is complicated. But yes, that would kind of fix the quote-unquote issue of the huge tree. I might do it. Who knows? So, yes. Also, and on a completely different... Well, not completely different. No, it's still related to the shopping spree. Well, not shopping spree. Separate days, okay? We don't go absolutely crazy. I got another corset top. This time blue edition. And it has, like, little leaves on it. And it has a ribbon. So it's tied with a ribbon. It's really cool. It looks very fairy tale. It's very, very fairy tale about it. There's something very fairy tale about it, and I'm obsessed. I used to hate summer clothes. I no longer hate it. I no longer hate summer clothes. I'm all alone, rip. I have no family. Oh no, Queen! Oh no, Queen! Ace, you still have to show me some pictures. You promised you would. I will. I need to, actually. Because listen, I would like, well, the one I have right now is not a corset top. It's the one shoulder top that I was talking about like 2 minutes ago. That I really, really like. It's got a weird, like, gap in it. Like, near the bottom of it. And it's very cool. I like how it looks. It looks fun. And I like that it's one-shouldered. Because it has a very funky shape. I like the weird shape of it. It's cool. I like it. I don't know. I mean, now I get the weird, like... boost confidence now. I don't know what happened, but especially summer clothes wise, I used to hate it. I talked about it at some point, I'm pretty sure, where I used to hate styling summer clothes because I used to hate how they looked on me. I'm no longer having that issue right now. Guess who just married their child? That is very weird out of context, but I get what you're talking about. And okay, I'm seeing it on the Discord right now. That's great. That's awesome right there. That's awesome right there. Oh my god, that is so cute. I saw the pets channel. Thank you for the serotonin. That is so cute. Obsessed. And Rainbow makes an appearance. MarriageBot was the best decision we ever made, and I stand by the choice of getting MarriageBot in the Discord server. That was the best decision we've ever done. That was great. That was a great idea. Yes. I'm so proud of us collectively. I am so proud. I'm so proud. So genuinely proud. Oh my god. Anyway. Thank you for clapping. No problem. I am here. I am here to applaud great decisions and ideas. Cause who would I be if I didn't, you know? You know? Oh man. Other random stuff that I've been up to that I think will just be fun to share. If you want to know the amount of obsession of creating fantasy stories that I have, I saw on Pinterest at like, you know how you scroll to Pinterest and get TikToks on Pinterest as videos on Pinterest? Well, that happened to me a while ago. I don't know how long it's been. It's been a few days at least. I'm pretty sure. I saw a TikTok of someone making a journal, but through the point of view of a fictional character they created, and using the journal as a world building tool. And I saw this and went, that's so cool. I want to do something like that. And so I did something like that. I've been doing something like that. And it's been so much fun. Like, I took an idea that I wrote for a short story a very long time ago. Well, not a very long time ago. It's been like a year-ish since I wrote this short story thing. And since I wrote that short story thing, I've been obsessed with this concept. Okay? I've been obsessed with this concept. And when I saw this on Pinterest, I immediately knew I want to do this through the perspective of that character from that short story I wrote, because I am obsessed with this concept. And so I already had a bunch of ideas for the world building for it, because again, I've been obsessed with this concept. And so I just basically did a little bit of organizing on my phone, and then came up with some page ideas, came up with kind of structured a timeline wise, and I've just been going at it. I have a couple pages already done, and it's been way too much fun. I'm having way too much fun. I bought a calligraphy pen to do some other types of drawings for it later on, and I got some more fine liners because I realized that the fine liners I already had were running out of ink, and I was going to be using fine liners a lot, so I needed to get more fine liners. So I got some more fine liners. And it's been way too much fun. I like fantasy stories a lot. I like fantasy stories that are fun to obsessed with. And this concept has been something that I've been obsessed with for like a year now, I think. Since I wrote that little short story thing. And now I'm getting to develop it further in another form. And it's so much fun. I'm having so much fun. So much fun. Our family tree is basically recycling anyway. I mean. So yeah, also about the fantasy journal thing, mabob, whatever. The cool thing about it is that I had this notebook that I bought a while back. Okay? I have this notebook that I bought a while back, and it is this very pretty notebook. Like, it's at the outside, like the cover and the back is full of this like mandala style landscape with black and gold accents. So it's a white background with like a landscape, like a tree, like a fancy tree, like nature scenery with some gold and black accents. And the inside of the notebook, each page has a little doodle at the corner. Like owls and dragons and like trees and like flowers. It's like, this is so perfect. It looks like something out of a fantasy novel anyway, and now I get to write fantasy stuff on it as well. It's like perfect. It's so perfect. It's such a pretty notebook, and now I get to make it even prettier with like, it's fantasy based and it fits with the style of the notebook. I'm just obsessed with this idea. Okay, gonna go see you. Bye, Lou. I'm obsessed with this idea. We really need this lore talk stream. Discord lore? Yeah. Yeah. I still have that fic that only 2 people have read. And like, yeah. Inspired by the We Bare Bears movie. Cause listen, life it's weird. Life is fucking weird. I wanna read it. Can we read? How weird would it be if I were to narrate? How weird would it be if I audiobooked this shit? How weird would it be if I audiobooked this shit? I love We Bare Bears. Funny thing about this is that this was inspired by a TikTok about a clip from the movie. This was inspired by a clip from the movie. I've never watched an episode of this show, but saw the clip from the movie, got inspiration, Bear sent it to me, got inspiration, watched the movie, and then proceeded to write an entire fic about it. I can't. In which one of my emails on Google Docs do I have this? I can't even remember. Why did this turn off? Okay, there it is. I can't even remember. I do all my writing on Google Docs. Mostly. Because, I don't know, I like using Google Docs. So but, like... So yeah, funny thing, I've never watched We Bare Bears. I've never watched it. I know a couple things about it. I've seen clips of it. And I watched the movie. Because, for this. So, like... It was a very impulsive decision. Saw the clip, went, ooh. Watched the movie for the entire context of the clip. And then went... 3,000 words, baby. We a writer today. We Shakespeare tonight. What's the total word count of this thing? I really want to know. 3,161 words. Life's good. I don't know whether to audio read it or not, or just like send it on the Discord or send it to the people who want to read it. I don't know. If you've seen the very long time ago, I did a drawing and I posted it on Twitter. That drawing was made after I wrote this. And it's inspired heavily by the thing. It's like the final quote-unquote scene of that story I wrote, basically. You didn't write a little bit, you just made a fucking novel. I did not make a fucking novel. Novels are way longer than this word count. But yes. You know you've gone off when the word count starts to look like years, and that's fun. So yes, that drawing was made like 1 or 2 days after I wrote this, because I thought of that last moment thing and went, I want to draw it. And so I did, because I make impulsive decisions. Much like the couple of days ago when I was feeling sick and decided to watch all of Tangled the series while laying in bed and feeling miserable. It was worth it. I really enjoyed myself. One is also a year, so yes, but I mean like present day years. And when they start looking at like 2022 is what I mean. Boom. But yeah. And I made it whole metaphorical because I can't write anything without being dramatic. I literally can't. I am unable to write anything without being incredibly dramatic. If it isn't like made 10 times more dramatic than it probably has to be, then I haven't written it. I enjoy writing. It's just the same way I enjoy drawing until it's frustrating, I enjoy writing until it's frustrating. And yeah, I still enjoy it. It's weird. Also been inspired for the polyamorous ice cream fic. I have not written that, and I still sort of want to. I still sort of want to do that. I still sort of want to do that. I have ideas for it. I have weird freaking ideas about it. I have weird ideas. That's the other reason why I'm holding back on listen, I would love to audiobook narrate. Not this story in general, but just in general, do audiobook narrations. Because I think it would be fun. However, I would not be good at it. Because, first of all, you've seen me play visual novels. I mess up on words a lot. And second of all, I feel like I full-on dramatize things 10 times more than they need to be. But, who cares? It's fun. You fucking theater kid affectionate. True. You know that concept I was talking about before, for the fantasy journal thing that I've been doing? That's also really freaking dramatic. Yes. I love drama. I'm obsessed with making things 10 times more complicated for a character than it has to be. It's like, yeah, could this be simply solved if this character was willing to talk about their issues? Yes, very clearly could be easily solved through a simple conversation. Will it though? No, absolutely not. Absolutely, it's gotta be a lot more dramatic than that, bestie. And when that conversation does happen, it's gonna be super dramatic. I don't know how to make anything not dramatic in a hopefully good way. I think I still have that short story that I was talking about before that it made that concept for my fantasy journal. Pretty sure. Let me see. It's on Google Docs if I have it. If I have it, it's on Google Docs. Is it this? No, it's not this. I have way too many things here. Oh my god. Why? There are too many things. Is it on my other account? Like, why do I have so many emails? Why do I have so many emails? Ah! Everything loaded really fast, and I don't know I don't know what anything is anymore. I should organize this. I'm looking at the amount of documents I have on this, and I'm thinking I should organize this at some point or other. Why am I like this? Why do I have so many emails? I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, I found it! Yes, I still have it. Yes, I still have it. How long is this? Ah, this one's not as long as the Discord server one. But this one's sweet. This one's not as long. But I'm also very proud of it. This short story is the concept that made me want to this is the concept that inspired the fantasy journal. I think I ripped out 4 pages of an else not used journal, and now it feels empty. Gather around, children. I also have so many emails. Okay, I can't believe this is happening, but this is becoming an audiobook stream. But it's not a book. It's just random stuff that I've written. So I have, okay, so one needs a lot more context than the other. So would you like me to read, I can't believe I'm doing this. Would you like me to read the one that's inspired by the Discord lore first, or do you want the fantasy journal one first? The fantasy journal one, I need to go on a long-ass rant about for you to make some form of sense about what the hell is going on. I also have so many emails. I'm glad I'm not the only person with a bunch of emails. I don't know when it happened. I remember a time in my life that I had one email. What the fuck is the feedback thing? The feedback thing, you know that if you're getting asked, I need to ask about this before I get into the whole thing. We'll start with the Discord one I just saw. But if you're getting a feedback thing where you're being asked what you like most about my streams or what you like most about me, I don't know what the exact question is. Something like that. When you answer those, I get the results from that. By email. Like, I get an email with the results from it. I never asked for this. Like, I didn't tick a box asking, yes, please ask my viewers if they enjoy my content. No. It just sort of happened. One day I got an email that said that you guys like my humor. And I don't know where, and I don't know when this started, but I got an email. You might have seen me tweet about it on my alt account where I said I'm officially funny, and I posted a screenshot of of like a thing that says, and the answer is humor or whatever. Yeah, I get emails with the responses, basically. Your viewers have spoken. It says, you're kind of a big deal. Your viewers volunteer to share what they love the most about your channel this week. So, both times that I've gotten this email, by the way, the general consensus has been humor. So, I'm officially funny. Ali, how are you, Ali? Hi. So yeah, I don't know when this started, but I'm glad you think I'm funny, I guess. Like, I don't know what the other options are. It does not tell me. It just tells me what the, like, response was, basically. It sends me an email, basically. It sends me an email telling me what the response was. Why am I getting this email? Your community likes to hype you up. Okay. Sure. Fuck yeah. Validate my existence. Validate my existence. I have no idea how this works. I'm reading the article right now. I'll receive weekly emails with a summary of the survey results. So this is a weekly thing. So I'm just gonna weekly get your... So now you know that when you're answering this, it's not fully going to wait. I'm getting what the general, like, final result is. So I'm getting the thing that you voted the most by email. So I know what you're saying. Kinda. Like, I have the general idea. There's funny, responsiveness, relatable, skills, and one other that I can't remember now. It's like funny, relatable, responsiveness. Okay. So yes, I get the, so you vote on that, and then I get an email about it. Apparently. That's how that works. I just read up on that. Very responsible of me to read up on it live, instead of on my own time when I got the email. No. I mean, I had some form of idea that you were getting asked something, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get an email where it says, your viewers have spoken. Yeah, that would not make sense. And I tweeted about it. And, yes. So yes, that's also a thing. I know that's happening, apparently. You may not opt out of this experiment. I don't want to. I'm kind of curious. I wouldn't turn it off even if it allowed me to. It's kind of cool. I'm somewhat interested, I guess. For the pure curiosity, I'm okay with this. Anyway, back to the task at hand. So here's the funny thing. If Ali, if you're still here, you've read this. That's the funniest part about this. But, well, not the funniest part about it. Nothing about it is funny. So, basically, the whole origin story of this, as I explained before, came from a We Bare Bears clip, and then I just went off, and wrote 3,000 words about it. So, let me... Is the lo-fi good ambience music? I think it is. This is... story time. It's gather around, children. I feel like... I might pull it up on the computer, because my phone might run out of battery, and I'm kind of worried that might happen. So hold on. Google Docs. Google Docs. I'm gonna pull it up on my computer because my phone is dangerously close to running out of battery, and I'm kind of worried about that. Not gonna lie to you. Boop. Do I have something else open that's making something again lag, or is that just reality? Okay, no, we're fine. Boop, boop. I'm gonna pull it up on my computer. Go to Docs. Just do the thing. Just do the thing. Come on, do the thing. I need to log in. I'm sorry this is taking so long. It's just, I'm really worried that I'm gonna be halfway through and my phone's gonna run out of battery. I'd rather that not happen, you know? That would be not good. And then I'll tell you to gather around, children, and I'm gonna tell you 2 stories today. Life is good right now. I'm just gonna casually share my writing. I think I write good-ish. Good enough. I think I'm somewhat of a good writer. But it's anyone's guess. Who am I to say, you know? There we go. Bup, 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 bap, 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 bap. Yes. Sure, do whatever you want. Don't, no, oh my god, it's, I hate logging into an account from another, like, thing. Cause I'm just not, not fun. Oh my god. Here we go. If you load the wrong document now, because you loaded randomly, I'm going to actually murder someone. Okay, we're good. No need to murder anyone. Here we go. Why is this not scaling correctly? I needed you to scale good. Okay, there we go. I have it pulled up. I have it pulled up. Life's good right now. Let me just quickly do this. I'm gonna do it so it's less slow. Hold on. Dedication's the last one. Oh, okay. Honestly, I don't mind what the main result is. I'm happy about the humor one. I'm okay with humor. I'm totally fine with that. I'm okay with that. I don't mind at all. Hold on, let me put it in the just a moment because it's super slow because I'm pulling something up. Okay, there we go. Because I think if I pull it up as a document instead of using Google Docs, it's going to be faster, surprisingly. So let me just download both of these. Let me just quickly download both of these. Where's the other document? I found it. And now I should be able to download both of these, and then I can close this tab and everything should be a lot faster. Because I don't know why, but pulling up Google Docs immediately made everything really, really freaking messy. Page 1 of 10. Holy shit. Not the moment until I see the pages is the moment where I'm like, damn, okay. Okay, here we go. I have them both pulled up. Success! Winner is me. Alrighty. I got them. So one's 10 pages, the other one's 4 pages. The Discord one is the 10-page one. Let me pull up the PNG tuber so you can see me bounce along to me narrating, because that's gonna be fun. So, Discord one doesn't really need much context. It's an internet sibling one. Otherwise, Bear and Ali wouldn't have been the ones to have been the two people who have read this before. So, yes. So this is 10 pages. So gather around, children, as I tell you a story inspired by a TikTok about the We Bear movie. And I only prefer to hear it narrated because you've already read this, but it's fine. Just this time narrated. Oh god, yes, oh god. I can't believe this stream has headed in a very different direction than I expected. I don't know what I was expecting, but certainly not this when I woke up this morning. But it's all good. Who gives a shit? This is really freaking weird. Also, wait, hold on. I need to ask something before I do this. I might do the fantasy story one first. I might do the fantasy journal one first, because I really quickly need to do something. I might actually do the fantasy story one first, and do the Discord story later. If you're okay with that. Because I'm gonna go on a ramble. Hold on. Sorry for my silence. There we go. Alright. I'm doing the fantasy story first. Okay? So, let me hit you with a bunch of context. So, this is an idea I randomly had one day. I woke up in a whiplash and suddenly had an idea of... I don't know if you know this about me, but I develop attachments to fictional characters very often. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if I made this very clear amongst us, you know? In this two-way communication system. I don't know if I've made this very clear. I think it might be a touch obvious. So, due to this, I had an idea. I'm sure I'm not the first person to come up with this idea, okay? I'm certain other people have come up with this idea and probably have done it better. But at some point, I woke up with the idea of it being the other way around. So what if a fictional character developed an attachment for a real person? It's a simple concept. And so, in my head, how this would go would be, I imagined it in a book form. And the way this would work for me is a book that has a general storyline, or at least this is the first idea I had. So the first idea I had, this idea has developed a lot further. But the first idea I had was a book that would seem like a normal story. Around halfway through, you would suddenly get a note directed to you as the person reading it from the person narrating the story. And then I would probably do a plot twist in there where the story's actually about them and they're actually just... whatever, who cares, it's fine. Anyway, but this was the first idea I had about this. So this is the first version of this idea that I had. And so, my idea to work after that point, it would be that the narrator character, basically, would slowly start having feelings for the reader. And in my head, the way that this works now is very different. I'll explain after it how I think this would work. How I'm writing it in my fantasy journal, I guess, is what I'll explain later. But, so that was my main concept. A story that is a normal book that you would randomly, every so often, get notes directed towards you from the person narrating the story. And that's the concept. So this snippet is what the ending of this would be. So you need to picture it this way. The story has ended. So the story has reached its conclusion. And the narrator is writing you one final note as the book is coming to an end. Yes? Are we all in the same page? So this is what this is. This is the final note that the narrator would write to you. This snippet is the final note in my head that the narrator would write to their reader after the story's completed. So the story's done, final note, this is the last time you're hearing from the narrator. Again, I told you I'd like to be dramatic. So here we go. This is shortish, so it should be fine. Gather around. I never wanted to be a part of a story. I have always been more of a storyteller, so naturally, being just the narrator suited me better. Just telling other people's stories, staying on the outside. Apparently, everything around me didn't want to agree, including you, strangely enough. You wanted a protagonist, something more, and it ended up being me, despite my previously stated wishes. Even stranger, though, is that I'm not too mad about it. Maybe I would have been in the past, but not anymore. Not with you, anyway. I will tell you my story, of course. I will. Even if it wasn't the story that I ever intended to tell, and maybe not the one you thought you would read. I couldn't imagine telling anyone else but you. Adding to that, I feel like I owe you an explanation. I don't think you get narrators who suddenly want to talk to you apart from the story they're telling every day. I'm happy to oblige you with both my side of it and an explanation. After all, to you, this is just a story. But for me, you're the reason I have one. So allow me to begin. I wouldn't want to bore you. I've always been a writer, for as long as I can remember, in fact. I've always liked building worlds about everything I saw around me, hoping someday I would be able to share them with someone who would want to see my creations. So that's what I always wanted and aimed to do. Turns out you were willing to see, and I was willing to share. I tried my hardest to give you a story worth reading, a hero you could root for, a villain you could hate but couldn't help but sympathize with, layers of plot that intertwined to form something that could interest you. And I managed. You stuck with my words, read what I shared with you. Of course, I was happy about that. Ecstatic, actually. So, as long as you were interested and I had a story to tell, I'd be happy to keep going. Strangely, though, I started feeling an attachment to you. I was no longer writing for myself, I was writing for you. And that, for me, was different. Even if my process was the same, my passion didn't waver and my love for writing remained. But I wasn't alone in that anymore. I had you here. At first, I assumed you knew how grateful I was, so I kept going as I was, telling you more about the world I had built and the characters within it. But as time passed, I realized I wanted to tell you that I appreciated what you had done for me, how you had helped me, how I liked your company and my words. After much debating to myself, I decided to reach out to you directly. That's the first time you heard from me directly, not through a story, not as a narrator, but just as a person who didn't realize they wanted something until they got it. Granted, I was scared about how you might have reacted. I was scared you wouldn't like me to reach out to you and that you would leave my story. But you didn't. I was so glad I decided to write to you when I realized you still stuck around. I'm still glad. But my worries related to you hadn't ended just yet, especially after I realized I was growing more and more attached to you. This may surprise you for several reasons. At first, it may surprise you because I had already told you, so there was no reason to keep worrying about your reaction, right? You're right. I thought that myself too, but then I realized I was worried for two different reasons. One was the fact that I felt myself growing more curious about you, what you were like outside our shared words, what your name could be, what you found interest in apart from reading. I even began wondering if you wondered about me the same way I wondered about you. The second reason crushed me more before I came to terms with it. I realized that my story would eventually end, and that when it did, I would have to say my goodbyes to you. For some reason, this fact that should have seemed obvious because, well, all stories end, was weighing me down heavily. I didn't want our time to end. I didn't want to leave you. I questioned whether I should express this fear of mine to you, maybe learn if you shared the same feeling, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you then. I thought you had an image of me, some idolized version of me that you pictured when I wrote to you, and I was scared of breaking that for you. That you wouldn't want to take interest in me if you learned exactly how I was, so I kept it to myself. I must clarify that I haven't kept it from you all this time. If that were the case, I would have told you about this before. I simply stopped being scared about this fact after a while of more of my inner monologuing. I came to realize that I would never be able to stop the fact that our time would eventually end. This will forever be an inevitable fact, a fact carved into the heart of every writer. Every story comes to an end. I realized that instead of fearing our end, I had to enjoy our time. I had to cherish and love every word we would be able to share. I still wonder if you ever had a similar thought to the one I used to have on the matter. If you came to the same conclusion I came to, or if you still dread our ending. If that's the case, I'll be honest with you. I slightly still do. It's gonna hurt to let this go. I can't ignore that. But it's worth it, because we still shared this, and I will forever have memories of our time. Finally comes my realization that I had become a protagonist in a way, and strangely, so had you. I've never been much of a romantic in real life. Maybe you could have guessed that from what I enjoy writing. I've especially never been a believer in love at first sight, soulmates, helpless, head-over-heel love, or anything of the sort. I had no reason to believe in all that. I had never seen anyone go through it outside of movies or romance novels. I had never felt it myself. I never expected to. As you know, I had zero desire to be the main character in anyone's story, including my own. And if I were to ever be the main character, I would have never thought it would have been a romance. Yet, here I am. It's quite ironic, really. It came to my attention that my attachment to you became deeper, and soon enough, I realized what it was.
I'm guessing you've gotten the idea by now. You're smart, and I'm being as honest as I can be about it. I'm not going to go further than letting you know. I can't be sure you feel the same way I do, and I wouldn't want to push anything you wouldn't like. Additionally, I don't think I have to spell this one out, but we're in a difficult position here. We haven't properly met, and it seems that we wouldn't be able to in any near future. Out of respect for you, and to spare us both here, I'll leave it in a mutual understanding. For now, it'll have to do. Similarly to my previous worries, I came to terms with this too. At first, I was sad, of course. Soon enough, I realized just knowing you and being able to share something with you was enough for me. If we were destined to stay a mere author with an admiration for their wonderful reader, then that was enough for me. And it still is. If our situation ever changes, we are whatever you want us to be as we are now. Funnily enough, if I had to be in a romantic novel, I guess Impossible Love suits me, strangely enough. I've always been quite the dramatic person. That brings us here then. I've told you the story you were on board for, I confessed my reason for my actions throughout this time, and now, here we are. We're standing near the end of my story. Technically, it has already ended, but if you'll allow me a few more seconds, I'd be grateful. There are still a few things I'd like to tell you before our time is properly over. Before I start, understand that even if my words seem to be coming to an end, they're as everlasting as you wish them to be, as long as you don't mind me repeating myself. That is, until I can find a way to write to you once more. You've done so much for me, so much maybe will never be able to fully understand. We might not be able to see each other, but who knows? Maybe we'll end up in the same story someday. I'd like to ponder that possibility, honestly. But until then, you'll always have my words, here, between the pages, in my words, where my feelings for you can forever exist. I'm glad you decided to stick with my story, for whatever reason you may have had. I have treasured every word, and I have been able to share with you. I'm aware you'll likely forget about me eventually. After all, I'm trapped in a bundle of pages in your eyes. You'll find your next story eventually, but I'll always remember you. After all, how could I forget the person who gave my story meaning? Yay! I like drama! I love drama! Impossible romance is a cool trope! That was so good. Thank you. You don't need to say anything about it. Just it's all good here. We just listen. It's fine. Yes. This and since I wrote this concept, I'm obsessed with it. Ultimately obsessed with it. So I took some ideas from this concept, tweaked them around quite a lot actually. And that's sort of been a point of inspiration for the plotline that I currently have in the fantasy journal that I'm doing. So, I've changed it up quite a bit from this original idea. But the main point of a character or narrator, like getting feelings for the person reading what they're writing, is the main point. So, yeah. That main idea still exists. I've just tweaked it a bunch, for this fantasy journal idea. So, yeah. And it's been a lot of fun. And it's still way too much fun. So, now allow me to download the Discord one. And then I'll read that one as well. So, yes. Yes. Now I want to make this into a theater performance. That's very flattering, and I mean, I wouldn't mind. But yes, the obsession with this idea for me has been heavy. Like, wow. I enjoy it way too much. It's very dramatic. And I enjoy that kind of thing. It's like bittersweet. And I like bittersweet stuff. So is that permission? I mean, I won't significantly stop you. I'm not making much movements to stop you.
Are you saying I'm allowed to? I mean, yeah, sure. Take it and run. But yes, this idea is so cool to me. I'm genuinely so obsessed with the idea of it that, like, I'm sure this general concept, probably not the first person to come up with it. In fact, I'm pretty sure about that. But I don't care, because I enjoy the way I've done it. And I find it way too much fun. So, who cares? Oh, man. I need to do a thing. And I don't know how to do it. Ah, here we go. Here we go. So, boop. And boop. Replace all. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, there we go. Done. Success. Winner is me. So, yes. There we go. Okay. Questions all clear. Now I just need to download this quickly. Download as a PDF. I don't really care. Just do whatever you need to. Hi, Mom. Hi, child. If everything goes well and the people I work with like it next spring does performance, ooh. That's incredibly flattering. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So, Discord won. If you aren't sick of my voice yet, get ready, because there's 10 pages. This one's 10 pages. So, general concept here, pretty fucking simple. Fallout and forgiveness. Pretty much. Some imagery, because I like doing imagery in my stories. And this time with a lake. Lake edition. So yes, a couple of things. So I've made magic very clear in this. So, because, you know, we should have some form of magic, being gods and all. And so there's a couple of stuff that I might point out later. Also, my characters refer to as Ace the entire time. Ali's character is referred to as Ali, basically the entire time. Bear's character is referred to as Coda per their request. So let's get right into it, shall we? So yes, this is Discord lore inspired. My ideas here are my ideas. If you want a completely different perception of the Discord lore, feel free to come up with whatever your mind comes up with. This is just what I came up with in the depths of my imagination. So, get ready as you settle around for me to read you 10 pages of this thing that I've written, that I'm actually really proud of. Because I think it's good. I think I did a good job with it. I'm looking for back to school shopping online. Go ahead. I'm kind of, this is a very much a podcasty like stream with all my audio book style stuff. So fair. I do not blame you at all. Here we go. Also, I made myself the one who messed up because I'm more comfortable with that idea. I can make myself the one to step out of line every so often. So yes, I'm the one to lash out in this one, for the funsies. So yeah, here we go. Lake imagery. Here we go again. Let me take a sip of water before. Wait. Okay. I thought I had lost internet, and I was about to get really, really fucking worried. Is my stream still online? I'm about to get really fucking worried. Hold on. I'm still online. Okay, I'm still here. Oh, my chat just reloaded, and I thought that my internet had died for a moment there. That was terrifying. That was not fun. But I think I'm still alive on the internet webs. That was horrifying. Yes, that was horrifying. Okay, I'm still here. I just opened the stream on my phone. That was horrifying. Ah! Ah! My heart just went no goody, man. Heart just went no goody. Alright, now I can read. Let me take a sip of water and now I can read. That was terrifying. Now we may start. Here we go. The lake's surface was unmoving, creating reflections as crisp as a mirror's. In such a reflection, everything was clear, a clear map of what was and wasn't, a perfect image of what was real. In the silence, a soft breeze was audible, one that made one lone leaf fall into the water. As the peace was disturbed in the form of ripples, 2 fingers reached out to gently pull the leaf from the lake. Did you 2 follow me here? 2 sets of steps slowly approached the lone figure by the lake. The hand that rested across his bent knee still held the leaf lightly, as the other 2 settled at either side of him, sitting in a similar manner. Dropping the leaf onto the soil beneath them, it shifted into a small shrub, one that would eventually grow further, nurturing the area more in greens. 3 pairs of eyes settled on the lake, finding only their own reflections looking back, slightly altered in the ripples the leaf had left behind. Not really, Ali spoke up first, answering his question. We knew where to look, she shrugged. The closer we are to nature, the closer we're to Coda. Ace pitched in next. The same breeze blew again. Another leaf fell upon the lake. Ripples flowed and the silence lingered behind. Ace sighed. I know you're upset, Coda. The last couple of hours hadn't exactly been smooth or easy ones. It seemed that after the 3 had reunited, they had different plans, despite still spending time together. It was to be expected in a way. In what felt like a blink of an eye, they had gone from living seemingly average human lives to discovering that they weren't even human in the first place. Regardless what had been going on after the fact had all been revealed. Despite trying to adjust as they all were, and had agreed to do so, Ace had been looking for an explanation of what had happened to them, why they were there, and what everything was like before they arrived. And maybe it was the fear of losing what they had found there behind, or maybe it was the annoyance at being kept in the dark, but something bitter still lingered afterward. Tell me, Coda started, Ace's words seemingly unsaid. What are you looking for, Ace? What do you think we should be looking for? A thoughtful silence followed, flowing much like the leaf gliding across the water's surface. Answers, she answered finally. There's a reason we're here. There's a reason we didn't know what we were, who each other were. Even if there is, could we even find out? Ali asked. Is that possibility enough for us to not try to know? Ace asked instead. Coda's gaze fell away from the lake to the soil they sat upon, his hand gripping at the pebbles and dirt slightly. Why do you think this isn't enough? He made his own question. Why does there have to be something else when we've been getting by fine, more than fine? We're building lives here. His voice grew slightly louder, unconsciously. His eyes found the confidence to look at her. We're prolonging an inevitable problem. Their tone rose to match his own as she rose to her feet. Our presence won't go unnoticed. It's not going unnoticed. He followed suit, standing up in a blink. And whose fault is that? Who's been the one that's messing with things we don't need to mess with? Was he growing louder the more he talked? You might as well just tell everyone you come across. Stop it! Ali interrupted any next words. Her voice was loud and she too had risen to stand. They had been shouting then. Us fighting isn't going to help anything. I can't say I agree with either of you, but we'll get nowhere this way. A silence followed the interruption. The clearing was still for a few moments. Ace shook her head slightly. I can't understand how you can just go on and ignore this, she said almost in a whisper. I can't. Maybe there's a reason we don't know. A new leaf shook the lake with another loud remark.
Was that his own heartbeat he could hear in his ears? Maybe that's why nothing you've tried gives you results. Maybe the real question is why you can't you just let it go? Why can't we just enjoy what we find here? We'd just be living in denial, she simply said, like it was a fact, as if she wasn't questioning what she had been asked to. You know I'm right. You know it. This is not a coincidence. Living in denial? He repeated. And what are you doing? How many ways have you tried to find your answers? What has worked? Ali glanced between them before nodding softly. Maybe there's a reason we can't find anything, she suggested. Maybe the same way we remembered this will dawn on us too. There would be no prompting that. Their eyebrows knitted closer together, their voice still loud as they answered. How can we know that's true? How can we know it's not? Ali asked her back. Despite her previous words, her tone had matched the conversation's. Ace shook her head again, one of her hands moving to rub her eyes. A breath seemed to be released at once between the three of them. Kota sighed, his hands fiddling with the cuff of his shirt. Ace, this can't be the only reason you're stuck on this, he added. We all know that. Their eyes didn't meet for a second. And what if it isn't? Why can't you just say it? As many times before, there was a pause, but they all knew it wouldn't last. The clear reflection would be disrupted again. It wouldn't take too long for the next breeze to flow between them. What if we're putting everything in danger? Her voice started almost inaudible, growing in volume as the questions left from between her lips. What if we ourselves are in danger? What if this was not intended? What if this was all an accident? How much more time before it all gets worse? She blew out a breath, turning away from the two in a small pace around her spot. She rubbed at her eyes, her head still shaking throughout her steps. Meanwhile, two pairs of eyes widened for a moment at her words. Ace, Ali called gently, her eyes calmly looking to meet hers. Her hand twitched at her side for a moment, wondering if reaching out would be the best course of action. She decided against it. Ace coughed. Her eyes were locked on the ground for a few seconds longer before they finally glanced up at the two. So much for not arguing, huh? She rubbed her face another time and sighed before her lips pressed together in a tight line. Fine. If you don't want to help, if you don't want to know, that's all fine. She turned away from them, beginning to take steps away from the clearing, her back to the lake. Kota's eyes widened suddenly as he stepped forward towards her. Where are you going? He hesitated in his question. To keep going, she answered simply, not moving at all. I can't give up. I can't let it go. Now? Ali called as she two-stepped closer. That's all you've been doing. Shouldn't you... not right now? Stop trying to stop me! Ace exploded. All of a sudden, she was turning in their direction again. We're not! Kota took a step back. It's just... maybe we should talk a bit more, Ali suggested. Her eyes tried to search Ace's, and she could swear she was doing the same. For what they searched for, neither could be sure. What? Like we've been talking for the last while? They stopped looking at each other. Yeah, that's been doing us a great favor. We'll figure something out, Ali continued, trying to meet her gaze once again. She took another step, slowly. We just need to actually talk things out. Ace kept looking at the ground beneath them for a few more moments before turning away again. Their steps resumed as if nothing had stopped them. She continued walking away. Or she tried to. No! Kota was suddenly right behind her, holding onto her arm to stop her in her steps. He tried pulling her back as she tried to pull her arm away from his grasp. They struggled back and forth as he continued. You can't just leave now, not after this. We're siblings. No, we're not! She yelled out as she managed to pull her arm away from him, sending him stumbling back a few steps. We just assumed that. Ali took a sharp breath. Stop, all right? She did not, however. We just made that up. Her words were bitter, rough. We convinced ourselves we're siblings to make us feel better about everything. Kota stepped back another step away from her, his eyes blinking repeatedly. He opened his mouth a few times to try to speak, but no words would reach the wind, until... No, he whispered almost to himself. No! His voice rose, almost yelling at her. You don't mean that! I know you don't mean that! She couldn't look at him. Not after those words. Her eyes remained looking at the ground beneath them as she slowly turned away again. Whatever you say. And with that, she turned away fully, making her way further and further away from the lake. This time unstopped. If she focused enough, she could almost feel the two gazes on her back. She shook her head. Her steps halted for a split second. Best not to focus on it. Why did we just let her leave? Kota's hand suddenly shot to his hair. Why did I keep yelling? Why didn't you stop me? I tried tried to stop both of you, Ali responded, matching his tone, but he quickly faltered. Why did this happen? His question continued piling frantically. How do we fix this? We will all fix this. We have to. Ali tried to reassure, but there was no distinguishing element in her tone that made it seem as though she herself believed her words. How do we know that? What if she's right? The tone of his voice grew slightly as he began to pace around. You said everything was going to be fine now. A pause followed his words, one that was only filled with silence, so he continued once more. You promised! I lied! She finally shouted out. Of course I had no idea what could happen, but that's what I want to believe. What we all want to believe, or am I wrong? This is unbelievable, he whispered, his pacing increasing as Coda moved away from the lake's clearing. After a while, his form began disappearing amidst the trees surrounding the lake, and despite her first thought, Ali couldn't find it in her to stop him. Instead, watching for a moment as he walked away before doing the same, without a particular destination in mind. None of the three were looking at the lake's surface, but they could be sure it wasn't as still as it had been when they arrived. The leaves had shaken the clearness of the reflection, creating ripples to distort the image. In such a reflection, nothing was clear, a confusing map in which you couldn't tell what was and wasn't, one in which something that was seen as certain might no longer seem real. But there was no way of knowing what was real for sure until the reflection was clear again. Eventually, the sunlight slowly faded out with the day, covering the lake clearing in darkened tones. New plants and shrubs had grown out from the leaf, the rough soil covered up more than hours before. In the shadows, the new lone figure was harder to identify, but as they seemed to be skipping pebbles over the water in a perfect manner, creating graceful ripple patterns, there was only one possible identity for the figure. At least, the two new arrivals at the clearing knew that. She couldn't remember when she had decided to return to the lake. In hopes of what exactly? Focusing enough, she would swear to remember watching the sunset dim out, but couldn't quite place when the moon had taken the sky. Maybe everything looked too blurry through her eyes to notice. It hadn't taken long until the gravity of the words exchanged dawned on her suddenly, and suddenly, as involuntarily, she was there, back at the lake. While it seemed to lack an explanation in their eyes, they knew that wasn't fully true. Otherwise, there wouldn't be anyone attempting to find them there. If it wasn't for the situation, they could have almost laughed about it, but once again, they could almost feel the pairs of eyes looking at them through the shadows. No steps were taken, a silent understanding between the three individuals. How does one find the words in such a situation? The return to the lake had seemed like the obvious step at first, in both their minds clearly as they managed to stumble across each other on the way there. Obvious may have not been the right choice of words, however. In a way, it was difficult to know what drove each of them back. Was it knowing they would all return eventually, or was it an individual choice to want to return? Regardless, they had all taken the first step, having arrived back. But what followed that? It took a while for words to come to mind to break the silence, but eventually, something seemed right. "You're right." Ace broke the silence, finally, her voice merely a whisper as she remained unmoving on her spot on the ground, except for bouncing the new pebble in her hand ever so slightly. Huh? Coda's voice was laced in confusion at her words. What do you mean? With a flick of her wrist, Ace let the stone skip across the lake before speaking again. I didn't mean it. While the silence remained, the quiet seemed different somehow. Any tension seemed to fade like the ripples in the water. Shuffling and steps broke the stillness as the two settled on the soil as well. The three sat as they had been a few hours before, almost like nothing had happened, like they had never moved from the lake, like time had frozen still. The chill of the late evening darkness seemed to disappear as their shoulders brushed each other's. The newly found comfort seemed to make finding the correct words easier than mere moments before. I didn't mean it, she repeated, louder, more sure what was occurring. I shouldn't have said what I did. Of course we're siblings. No matter what reason there is for it, we are. I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking it through. I'm sorry too. Koda apologized next as her words fizzled out. I feel awful about the argument, Ali agreed. It just got out of hand. He shook her head lightly. Her head hadn't looked up throughout the entire conversation. No, you don't need to apologize. I should have gone to the two of you about what I was doing first and foremost. With how everything unraveled, Ali spoke up, I can understand why you kept it to yourself, but this doesn't need to happen again. At least, for the most part. She smiled, nudging the two's shoulders slightly, creating a few seconds of soft laughter. We can disagree, we can even fight, Koda continued, but that doesn't change anything, does it? No, it doesn't. Ace looked up then, with a smile. Exactly. That's what siblings are for, huh? What's siblinghood without the occasional drama? Ali reached her hands out, and the two took them, intertwining their fingers together. We stick together always, right? Koda reminded the two. We're here for each other. The two replies of right followed his words with a new lightness in the atmosphere around them. And if finding all the answers means so much to you, we're here. We'll do it together. Ace seemed to startle for a moment, seemingly having forgotten about that had initiated the issue in the first place. Thank you, but as her words trailed off, Ali laughed slightly. You're not actually telling us you changed your mind. I don't buy it. There's no way. Ace followed her laughter. Maybe. I'm not sure is all. Let's just... Her words faded for a few moments. Not right now, alright? With that, it was understood what the plan would be for at least the following while. They all settled more comfortably at the edge of the water, with slight shuffles and small adjustments of their respective positions on the ground. The lake was, once again, tranquil, the perfect reflection of the moon and the stars of the night sky upon the surface. I wouldn't trade this for anything, you know? No! Koda trailed off the word. You're gonna get all emotional now. I'm not, I swear, she argued, a smile through her words. I'm just saying, for a while there I was worried, right? Alright? But we're okay now, right? We'll be okay. We always are. We always are, Koda repeated, looking back towards the lake for a few moments, before a large smile grew on his face. Ah, come here. He moved across the ground to be between the two, wrapping his arms around both their shoulders, initiating a hug. After some initial laughter, a new peace settled between them as they remained in the hug, eyes closed and soft smiles buried in each other's shoulders. I've been waiting for the right moment for this. Now who's getting emotional? Ali joked, only receiving a light-hearted shush in return. While no one glanced to confirm it, deep down, it was a known fact amongst them that the lake was perfectly still, working as a mirror as they hugged, reflecting a perfect image of reality. In such a reflection, everything was clear, a clear map of what was and wasn't, a perfect image of what was real. And at that moment, despite not gazing into the waters, it was still clear to them. And despite nothing being said, it was also clear that they all understood. The breeze could blow as strong as it wished. After all, any leaf that would fall upon their reflection could be removed, and soon enough the ripples would fade, and only the truth would be left behind in the peace. After all, whatever happened wouldn't change anything, and all would be alright in the end, as long as they continued to face the unknown together. Lake imagery, reflection imagery, a complicated metaphor about the reflection of a water surface not being shaky because of water. The pebble thing of me doing perfect pebble steps is because I also have as part of the god thing luck. The same thing with the shrub that grows out further because of Bear's nature thing. I was just like, I'm gonna randomly shoehorn in random, small, insignificant powers. Because what's the point in having magic if you can't do silly little, random, tiny magic? Holy shit, you're so awesome in writing. Thank you. That's very much appreciated. I like writing a lot, so getting complimented on writing is something that I really, really, really like. I'm so tired, but I don't want to sleep. Me every night. How are you not at least some sort of professional writer? You're giving me too much credit. But thank you. Yes, these two stories, some of the most top tier stuff I've ever written, I think. There's another story that I really like that I've also written, but maybe for another time. That one has a parental dynamic. You by the stuff I write, you can guess all the tropes that I like. By the way, like, it's so clear by the stuff that I write what my favorite tropes are. It's like obvious. I could absolutely see you as a ghostwriter. That would be fun, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not even gonna kidding. Writing is fun. Writing is something that I don't think I'll ever stop doing. Like, even as a hobby type thing. I just really enjoy it. Just all around generally enjoy writing. Writing's fun. And I feel good enough about my ability to write that I can write and feel proud of what I've written. Because I feel like I wouldn't enjoy it as much if I was just not happy with the end result at all. But the fact that I can go back and read my own writing after like a while, makes me feel good about it. It's like, yeah. And I have a somewhat confidence in my writing where it's like I can read it back and be like, there's value here. This is good. There's plot, and it's well expressed. Me and writing. My ponytail's just going all over the place. Oh my god. I am so appreciative of my headphones right now for pushing my hair back. Anyway, this stream took a very frantic turn towards storytelling time, which I'm totally okay with. That was fun. I don't think I've ever out loud narrated, quote unquote, anything that I've written before. So that was an experience for me as well. I've shared my writing with other people, but as in send the document and like you read it while I'm not there, so I can't see your reaction. And then you can tell me about it. The streams that become their own thing are their best streams. I agree with that. In fact, I've been like pondering to myself, and the top two things that I'm enjoying the most streaming wise is streaming with other people. So the Minecraft server stuff, I have way too much fun. Those like end up, that's why all of them end up being like 3 hours long. It's because I don't want to end them. And then the other thing is just these random ideas that just escalate, or streams that have no purpose, quote unquote, and they just become stuff. It's way too much fun. I want to do so much weird things. I want to do some weird things. I want to do like a part 2 to the mobile game stuff. I want to go on more random websites. I want to do so much random stuff. I want to do more of these just chatting thingies where they just become stuff. I also like playing my games. I like especially my story-based games. I'll never stop wanting to play more story-based games. I have a list. I have a few short ones that we could probably do in like a stream back to back. Which would be fun. I found them on Steam and I was like, these look cool. There's one especially that looks really, really cool. I'm like, ooh. And I'm like, ooh. So yes. Just random, but I love these random freaking ideas. Like the mobile stream stuff. Or like the quiz stuff. The quiz stuff is way too much fun for me. As like the Papa's Pizzeria stream from like a week ago, where it just became who knows what it was. That's a lot of fun. I like doing this kind of thing. It's like chill, I guess. And I feel like it's a lot where like it depends a lot on what my commentary is, rather than reactionary, which I still like reacting to stuff very clearly. But yeah. Regardless. We can still do the Smash or Pass at some point. I think I still got the list of random things we came up with. We should do that. We should do that. We should do that.
Oh my god, I have no shame. Clearly. Like, I have no shame. I will be fully open about this. I'll be fully open about this. Absolutely no shame. Absolutely no shame. So yes. You've gotten to know about what I've been recently doing and how I write. So you now know my writing style and what's been going on in my life. So this has been a bonding experience. This has been a bonding experience. Anyway. So yes, if you ever want to indulge me about fantasy stuff, yes, you can ask about the fantasy journal. So, especially once I start getting further into it. The fantasy journal wise, I yesterday did the first important plot line page, which was fun to do. So, yes. And my current obsessions of you know how I focus on certain pieces of media or things for a while. So if you're wondering what those are, currently it's still the Arcana. It's still Mystic Messenger. I'm in the middle of a replay right now. I started a replay yesterday to get another route. So if you're wondering, another thing that I'm doing with my life, my fantasy journal, you can ask about that, I can talk about that for hours, and Tangled the series. Or Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure. I'm not sure what I'm not sure what I should be calling this show to this day. Who cares? So, yes, those are the current 4 things that I'm about. So yes, 2 are games, 1's a show, 1's a random activity I'm doing. That seems balanced out. That seems balanced out. My screen time on my phone, not fun. For game reasons mostly. I think we did some of them in Tier List Maker, but there's still some we didn't do. Yes. Rapunzel's the original name from the original fairy tale. Yes, I know, but I'm talking about the Disney property, and the reason I say I don't know what to call it is because of the name change between seasons. So, I'm Hey, so how far into the Arcana are you? Did you finish the entire Astral Route or not? I did. I got the good ending, surprisingly. You might be shocked, but I got the good ending, which I was very happy about, because when I realized that all my choices were when I clicked the little menu thing and I realized that my options had weight, I immediately got very panicky about it. I tweeted about it. This was a very long time ago, but when I first opened that menu and saw the thing where yes, choices, I was like, damn, now I'm scared. But no, it all turned out good in the end. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't stop thinking about it. Enjoyed it. And now I'm farming coins. Well, quote-unquote farming coins. Saving up coins to slowly buy all the books, so I can do all the options, basically. So to do all the quote-unquote premium options, basically. I've already got some of them, so yeah. It's taken... I'm being a lot more patient than I uncharacteristically of me. I'm being patient. It's not taking as long as I thought it would. So, I'm okay with that.
And then when I get all of them bought, I will replay it again. 'Cause yes. But oh my god, a lot of it. I screamed a lot in my room because of this game, because I was just like thinking out loud throughout it. Ace, when you start a second route, let me know which one so I can compare our like choices. Which route would you recommend me to do now? I'm really curious. I genuinely want to know what route you would recommend. Because Asura was like my choice, like gut choice, just playing the prologue stuff, like books, like the first books, like the prologue, and then just being like, yes, I have a type, it's fine. And life gets easier when you accept that. And so, gut feeling, let's go. And I do not regret it. Wonderful, incredible, amazing. Had a great time. Had a crisis about it. Got really sad about it. So also, if you know, you know. If you played it, you know where I got sad. But listen, I was not expecting that. It just it hit me really hard when it happened. So, you know? I recommend Portia's route because she's really cute and has a cat. I know about the cat. Also very hot belly. Ooh, okay. Personally, I would say even hotter than the devil. Ooh, okay. You're piquing my interest now. You're piquing my interest now. But yes, I got really, yes. This game is great. I'm like mad at myself for not trying it sooner. It's really good. I got really sad. And had more than one, oh my god, I don't know what to choose moment in my room. Or just pacing around being like, I don't know what to do. And then just being like, screw it. The villain is very much like mommy. Ooh, okay. I am very interested then. Probably, I'll do it. I'll do it eventually. I probably will. I just need to settle back in. Also, I love collecting these postcards. My goodness, I love the postcards so much. They make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I have an issue. I have a slight I'm normal about this, but like, not really. That is a lie. I love the postcards very much. But the postcards are great. It's just, anyway. Playing the 3 Heart Hunter things every morning is a highlight of my day, okay? A highlight of my day. And also the free tarot card reading that I get on Monday. But I timed this surprisingly well. That was not my intention, but I get them on Monday. Also a highlight of my week. Life's really good with the Arcana in my life. I have all Star postcards. I am jealous. But I think they're the character that I have the most postcards at. Let me check that. I'm pretty sure. Yes, I think so. I'm not counting them, but just looking through, like, the menu, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm comparing, and yeah, pretty much. and yeah, pretty much. There we go. But playing the 3 Heart Hunter things every morning, a highlight. It's incredible. I love the interactions when 2 characters land on the same spot. Top tier. Top tier. Some of them are great. Yes, I'm very normal about the Arcana. I'm also very normal about Mystic Messenger. I literally can't play games. Because this is the other issue. I literally can't play games because my entire, like, gallery becomes screenshots. I can't do this. I keep doing it to myself. I have all the Astro cards, need 1 more for Portia and Adia, need 2 more for Riel, and 5 more for Julian. That's awesome. I don't know how, like... But yes. I also have 10 Lucio's cards, but that doesn't matter! The meme... Queen, the meme you sent on the Discord with the cross on top of it. I was cackling about it by myself. Too good. Also accurate. True. Fact. Also, the rest of that meme's great. But yes, it took me a moment to notice it, and then when I noticed it, I found it so unbelievably funny. So unbelievably funny. I found it so unbelievably funny. I have a lot of anti-Lucio memes. Fair. I mean fair. But yes, I found it very, very funny. I found it very, very funny. Anyway, with the Arcana talk done, I think that will be the stream for today. Man, this was fun. When I woke up this morning, if you would have told me that I would be casually reading stuff that I've written in the past, not that I would have not believed you. I feel like it's plausible enough, but I just wouldn't have seen it coming. You know? I'll send you some. Please do. Please do. Please do. I love seeing memes. It's like, I saw a TikTok a while ago. This has nothing to do with it. Well, it kind of does. I saw a TikTok a while ago that was saying that the best part of finishing a show was... No, the best part of watching a show was finishing it to see the edits. This kind of, for me, this feels the same way about games, where the best part of finishing a game is being able to look up the memes from the game. Or just the general Tumblr posts. I like reading Tumblr posts about stuff that I like. Not just shows and movies and stuff. Tumblr's funny. Tumblr's a funny place. I like Tumblr, surprisingly. Well, not surprisingly. I feel like I've given enough of... I feel like you know enough of my personality that me saying that I will check Tumblr often enough is not a surprising fact about me. You know what I mean? I feel like that lines up with what you know about me pretty well. I feel like that fits in with, like, about as much, like, of my personality as you know. I feel like that matches. I feel like that checks out. And now for realsies, this'll be the end of the stream. I hope you enjoyed whatever this was. This was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Streams that become whatever the stream becomes is a lot of fun. So they're a lot of fun. I love this kind of thing. It's very chill. It's like hanging out type thing. I don't know. I enjoy it. It's like sitting around a cup of tea with your buddies or coffee, or going to your local Starbucks or something. Or just going for a movie night. It feels like like a meetup, like, with your friends sort of vibe. You fit the Tumblr vibe. I know I do. I feel like I do. So anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you have a good night as well. And I will have a great day tomorrow. I will see you here tomorrow. Actually, for real. This is for realsy now. Probably for some art life, if I'm honest. I want to do more art life. I'm obsessed. I know I've been, like, flipping between Papa's Freezeria, art life, and Minecraft. Shut up. It's not my issue that those are, like, the 3 best games for me in my head right now. My taste is questionable at best. It's fine. So yes, who cares? We're all good. Anyway, and get ready for a lot more random freaking ideas that come out of my brain because I like doing random ideas way too much. I'm taking variety very seriously at this point with the random ideas. Sleep well and dream of all the storytelling hot wizards and devils. Will do. Let's find a good ending song. Ultraviolet. I like Ultraviolet a lot. Have a great rest of your day. Have a good night as well. See you here tomorrow. Have a great day tomorrow as well. And yes. Peace out. I hated myself for that. I don't. It's funny. Hee. Bye. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I better just shut up now. Bye.